Hello everyone, and welcome to the weird, scary and horrible parts of humanity. Today we are going to explore one of the most infamous copycat killers of the Zodiac Killer, Herberito Seda. The Zodiac Killer is an unidentified American serial killer who operated in Northern California from the late 1960s until the early 1970s, killing at least 5 confirmed individuals, injuring 2, and claiming to have killed 37 people. Police suspect that at least 20 to 28 individuals have been killed by the Zodiac Killer. The unknown killer gained the name from a series of taunting letters and cards sent to press outlets in San Francisco, including 4 cryptograms, of which only 2 have been solved. The identity of the killer and why they killed, and indeed the number that they killed, remains a mystery. Born on the 31st of July 1965 in New York City, Herberito Seda was a serial killer who admired San Francisco's Zodiac Killer for avoiding capture, and was motivated by the unknown Zodiac Killer, which, combined with an obsession with astrology and death, led to attempts to create the perfect murders. He was an unemployed high school dropout, expelled after bringing a starter pistol to school, and elected to drop out rather than attending mandatory counseling sessions. He was described as a recluse and heavily abusive towards his half-sister, Reyes Seda. On the 17th of November 1989, East New York's 17th Project began receiving letters with the heading, "This is the Zodiac." The first letter contained a warning of 12 murders, one for each sign of the Zodiac. The letter also contained a drawing of a circle with lines running through it, dividing the circle into 12 sections, with each section representing a sign in the Zodiac. The New York Police Department dismissed the letter as a hoax. On the 9th of March 1990 at 3 a.m, Mario Orozco limped home through East New York, using a heavy wooden cane to walk from his job in the kitchen of a New York restaurant. Seda followed him and shot Orozco with a 9mm zip gun. He left a note stating, "This is the Zodiac." Orozco, a Scorpio, survived. At 3 a.m. on the 29th of March 1990, an intoxicated Germania Montensko, who was an Aries, wandered the streets to seek shelter at his father's apartment. As he walked past a high school campus, Seda followed him and shot him through the liver. Seda left a note stating, "This is the Zodiac," and stole Monsendero's passport. Joseph Pross was 78 years old, a World War II survivor who had, later in life, turned into a lonely old man with short-term memory loss, who would take late-night walks around Woodhaven despite the concerns of his friends. He was also a Taurus. On the 31st of May 1990, as Pross made his way home, Seda approached him and asked for a glass of water. Pross refused and continued on his way. After a short exchange, Seda pulled out a zip gun and fired at Pross. Pross, a Taurus, had the same letter left at his body and died in hospital on the 24th of June from his wounds. Initially speculating a robbery due to the other notes having been taken in by the anti-crime unit and the other murders happening along the Queens-Brooklyn border, the NYPD did not make the connection. Pross also turned out to be an inconsistent witness, frequently changing his story while in hospital, possibly due to his short-term memory loss. It was only once "This is the Zodiac" letters arrived at CBS News magazine program 60 Minutes and the newspaper, the New York Post, that the NYPD realized that there was a connection between the crimes and that they were dealing with a serial killer. The New York Post then published the headline, "Riddle of a Zodiac Shooter," which put increased pressure from members of the public on the NYPD to take action and find the killer. Operation Watchdog began patrolling East New York on the 21st of June, predicting that this would be when the killer would strike again. However, Seda had changed his modus operandi and began hanging out around the East River in Manhattan, where he followed homeless man Larry Parham, a Gemini, who was about to sleep on a park bench. Surviving his attack, Parham told police that he was asked by a man a few days before what his star sign was. A note was left with Parham's body, which was the letter used by police to identify Seda. Seda continued to send "This is the Zodiac" letters to local media, but there were no more attacks until the 10th of August 1992. Seda shot Patricia Fonti, a Leo, twice and stabbed her over 100 times in evident overkill. On the 4th of June 1993, Seda shot James Weber, a Gemini, in the arse who managed to survive. Then, on the 20th of July 1993, Seda shot John Diacone in the head at close range. Diacone was a cancer and a homeless man who died instantly. Then, on the 2nd of October 1993, Seda shot at Diane Bellard, a Libra, who survived, but as the bullet was lodged against her spine, she was left partially paralyzed. Although all of Seda's victims happened to have the correct star sign, other than Parham, he had no knowledge of his victim's star sign or birthdays, and their birthdays and star signs were pure coincidence. In March 1994, Seda was arrested for the possession of a deadly weapon after police noted one of his zip guns in his jacket pocket. Police determined that the weapon was not functional, and he was eventually released, with all charges dropped. Seda, as previously mentioned, was mentally and physically abusive to his teenage half-sister Gladys Rise. During a confrontation with her and her boyfriend on the 18th of June 1996, Seda pulled out a weapon and began threatening the couple, shooting his half-sister in the arse while her boyfriend hid in the bedroom. Wounded, she made it to her neighbor's apartment where they called the police. After an hour-long standoff, Seda gave up his firearms and was arrested. Although authorities made no connection to the Zodiac Copycat killings, Seda closed his handwritten statement on the attack of Reyes and her boyfriend with a symbol resembling one in letters taunting police over the unidentified serial killer. Fingerprint evidence was found and handwriting analysis demonstrated a correlation between both letters. The NYPD also found Seda's DNA on one of the stamps that had been used to mail a letter to the police. Seda was convicted following a 6-week trial and was sentenced to life in jail without parole on the 24th of June 1998. Seda was strongly influenced by the Zodiac Killer, who was one of the biggest enigmas of Californian criminal history, and unlike Seda, has yet to be found dead or alive. Thank you for watching. Please do yourself a favour and hit that like and subscribe button and the bell icon to inform you when new videos come out. It helps more than you know and your support is truly appreciated. You'll also be seeing 2 other videos for you to check out. Until next time, stay awesome, stay classy, be kind to everyone you meet, and have an amazing day.